Good morning, cats. It's Memorial Day. We're not going anywhere today. Look at all the cottonwood things on the back of the truck. It rained pretty hard last night. These things were flying through the air like snow yesterday. Luckily the rain knocked them down, so no more of those. Big, huge difference from yesterday. I mean, all these campsites over here were loaded, and loaded with kids too. And now the campsite is thinning out. A lot of people have left, are leaving, getting ready to leave, and we have a view of the lake out here now. So we ended up with a prime site. Very quiet, peaceful today. Memorial Day.
See the lake?
Beautiful. Well, it looks like we're in the right spot. 0 miles. And we're in downtown St. Mary's, which the main part of the city is right there on the other side of this canal and little downtown burg. We're gonna hike up this way. Wonder what that is. A little waterfall over there. The water's just as green there as it was in Grand Lake St. Mary's. Hey, there's a turtle swimming out there.
Yeah, I see his little head sticking up.
Yeah.
Huh. Wonder if I can capture him.
Probably tiny. In our quest to look for trails, there really wasn't a whole lot to be offered here, but you know, we found here in Grand Lake St. Mary's they had this kind of like this towpath. It's actually part of the Erie Canal. All the way here in St. Mary's, Ohio. There's still Erie Canal, yep. And found this trail, and they say it'll go about 4 miles, so we got a good hike. I like this walk because it's got shady areas, so we're not out in the sunlight the whole time. Because it's warm today. Not gonna kid you.
It's almost 80.
Almost 80 degrees. Very quiet back here. The birds chirping. We're actually surrounded by water because on this side,
On the left?
can't see it because of the trees. On the left, there is a river over there, or there was.
We passed it.
And on this side, the canal. Well, the girl told us there was a tunnel that went under the highway. She said it was a creepy tunnel.
I have to crouch. It's all wet down there. This is the part that's adventurous. The things I do for you. Sledging through slop.
I ask her, where's her sense of adventure, you know? You did it.
Why didn't you give me a beverage like that and I would have ran through there?
Yoo-hoo, Milwaukee's best. That's 7%, 42 ouncer there. Holy cow. We did it. We made it through the culvert pipe, and the trail continues on now. Yeah. No wonder that we stopped and asked this girl who was jogging on the path, you know, how far up the trail goes, and she said, well, you can go about a mile, then you come to this real creepy tunnel. That was it.
There's people back there behind us. They were standing at the opening looking and like talking, debating whether they're coming or not.
Hey, don't you feel like you achieved a huge adventure?
Yes!
That's like climbing a mountain for my wife.
Well, I'm tall, so I had to hunch over and straddle the water and walk. Like
You would have thought there would be spiders and stuff in there, but it was actually very clean. It was very clean. There was nothing in there.
I kept thinking there was going to be a curled up snake in the water.
You know, I just didn't know how deep the water was. It was kind of deceiving. It was only maybe an inch, maybe an inch and a half.
Cover my feet. They're wet.
Yeah. I mean, my shoes didn't get wet, so couldn't have been. Wasn't that bad.
It was just creepy because it was dark.
It was, yeah.
See.
It was more intimidating to look at than it actually was to do it. I don't think the other people followed us. They were considering it, but I don't think they did.
They were all at the opening looking in.
Chickened out. Bunch of chickens.
Well, hey, there was a guy ahead of us on a motorized cart, and he went through.
I see a lot of beaver tracks, and you see all the branches in the water. That's beaver. See the beaver tracks here?
Oh, wow.
In the mud.
That's pretty cool.
And they go up and down the embankment here.
You need to denote on your video, make a special sound, itchy fact. Because you're educating. Did you see that? There he goes. There he goes.
Oh, the beaver?
He was right here.
Oh, nice.
Look at the mud he stirred up, and he went swimming away.
Huh.
You startled him.
Looks like he was digging some dirt here, probably getting some mud to pack into his lodge. Either a beaver or a big muskrat.
More turtles. This place is loaded with turtles.
Loaded with them. And our friends didn't follow us through the pipe. They went the other way. There's the river again. The muddy river.
Ooh, is it ever?
Goes into the nice shady woods up here.
We've only got a mile under our belt.
Alright. We're doing good then. Here's the guy's tracks. This guy came down this trail. He was a veteran, and he had one of these electric motorized carts like, and he had to go through that tunnel because we've been following his tracks, and I think we see him up here parked on the side of the trail. Maybe he fishes up here or something, who knows. Well, our trail has reverted to a little narrow path. We continue on though to the 2.5 mile mark where they said we would come to the pond. And I think they call it a 4-mile pond or something. I thought that's what they called it. But anyway, we're walking along the trail, and My wife all of a sudden stops and gasps. We look down and there's this great big huge water snake just laying right in the middle of the trail. So I went over there and kicked it, and it slithered off over the bank and plunked into the water and disappeared. So in the meantime, another family with a dog, you see them up here, they passed us and they're kind of chasing the snakes away for us right now. So no more snakes, but interesting, a lot of wildlife. We've seen some carp
with their mouths out. Just the suction sound is what made me stop to look. I could hear them.
And then she showed me in the water, and here's all these carp with their heads sticking out of the water. Gross. Looks like a real wildlife area, though. Seriously.
This is pretty.
Well, I bet you there's some snakes down in those rocks.
I'm trying to stay in the middle here.
I want to find the snakes. She doesn't.
They give me the heebie-jeebies. My muscles get weak and I get like, oh, I almost freeze.
I believe that's the pond over there that they said we would eventually come to. So we're at almost 2.5. We're coming up on 2.5 miles. Turn around here pretty soon, then do the reverse trek back and end up with our 5-mile hike. You ever see such a sea of water lilies? They're thick out there. It turned out to be one beauty of a day. A lot of blue skies and puffy clouds. There is a cool breeze, although it's very warm. If it wasn't for that breeze, we'd be baking. So we're coming up on Route 33 here. Where the tunnel is, from what they've told us, you don't have to go through the tunnel. There's a bypass. Well, we'll see if we can find that. There's the tunnel, and I think to bypass the tunnel we got to go down this way. They said there's a bridge that you can go under. So, might add some mileage to our hike, but we won't have to go through the tunnel. We're right under the expressway, the easier way. I don't know if it's easier, but at least we don't have to go through the tunnel. It's kind of like a video game. You can take the spooky shortcut through the tunnel, battle the trolls and the vipers, Or you can take the easy, longer way around, which just takes you twice as long. Another mile to go. So we returned from our hike at Grand Lake St. Mary's, and we're hiding some rocks. Hiding a couple of rocks. That's what we do. We painted the rocks, now we got to get rid of them. There's our total hike. It was over 5 miles. All the way up to that 40-acre lake, or whatever it was.
Yeah, 40-acre lake.
And then back. And it was a killer on us, as it always is. After 3 miles, you're fine. 4 miles, you're starting to go, whoa. And then after 4 miles, it's a death march the last mile.
And I went to hide one of our rocks, and I found 3 rocks.
This rock goes with this rock. It's like an elf and the elf's head.
Mm-hmm.
And then this rock has some minions on it. Facebook AR Rocks. So now we got 3 more rocks to hide. We hide 3, we find 3. Just can't get rid of rocks. Can't give them away. Well, we're gonna head back to camp now. Get something to drink, get cooled down, get rested up, and then grill on the fire. Get a good dinner, relax, chill. The rest of this Memorial Day.
Hopefully in peace and quiet.
Peace and quiet. So here's a difference that one day makes, which was once an RV metropolis. It's now very, very thinned out with only a handful of RVers left. So things are much better today, much more quiet, peaceful, relaxing. Pretty awesome. It's our last night here at Grand Lake St. Mary's, and over here there's actually a storm coming across the lake. It looks all white over there right now, but that's rain. It's just pouring down rain over there. And then got this real pretty cloud right over here. It's really cool. Pretty awesome. This is what we call boondocking. We're at a rest area. Off Route 30. We decided to come in here and have some lunch, so we just finished up our lunch and having a special treat. And we got these
Well, back it up. For lunch, we had bacon, lettuce, and tomato.
BLTs.
We had cooked some bacon up yesterday, covered it all up in saran wrap, had it in the fridge, Then we stopped today and we just had to get out some bread and mayo and lettuce, tomato, bacon. We had some sandwiches and now dessert.
I thought it would be real hot in here because, I don't know, we probably went about 100 miles or so. Sun's beating down bright today, but it's very cool in here, very comfy. We had to put the slide outs out a little bit just to give us room to walk around to get to our stuff, but it's quite enjoyable, kind of fun.
And we have a semi right next to us.
Yeah.
It seems so weird to be where the semis are.
Nice campground semi parked right next to us. But anyway, nice end, fun way to end a Memorial weekend. I mean, a lot of people, Memorial weekend is all about family, camping, picnics, barbecues, swimming. It for a lot of people, it's like the beginning of summer. The kids are out of school, but I think a lot of people lose the whole vision of what Memorial Day actually is. Memorial Day is the day that we honor those veterans that have fallen, that have died in active duty.
They didn't get to come home.
They did not get to come home. And originally this day, Memorial Day, was set up that we go to the cemeteries and we decorate the graves of those honored veterans that served and gave their lives up for our country and for us. That's what Memorial Day really is. Veterans Day, on the other hand, at the end of the summer, is for veterans that have served. And then Armed Forces Day is for those that are currently serving. So, not to get all three of them mixed up. Memorial Day weekend for those that have fallen, for those that have passed, for those that have died in duty at war.
And you think the name would say it all. Memorial.
Yes.
It's remembering those that have fallen.
Yep.
Including the service dogs that also were killed in action.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. And we had fun this weekend regardless. We had some trials and tribulations, but and all it ended up pretty good. We had a nice pleasant day yesterday, and this morning was really nice there too.
I hated to leave today.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, so peaceful, so quiet.
So now we go home and
we look forward to our next trip. Always something to look forward to. And always make your life a great adventure.